Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining me in the garage once again. When you go through life, you acquire things. You acquire property. You acquire wealth. You acquire objects, items, whatever you want to call them. Throughout the course of your life, over many years, you have a family, and then eventually the inevitable happens. Of course, we get old. We may even get ill, and we pass on. And what happens to all of that worldly wealth that we've gathered in our time on this earth? It has to go somewhere, generally to our next of kin, our children. This is something that for generations people have had to think about. What happens to their stuff when they're gone? I've had involvement with that, with family and everything else. And one of the vile, disgusting things that the government charges, really is the right word for it, is an inheritance tax, otherwise known as the dreaded death tax. It shouldn't happen. It's akin to grave robbing in my eyes, and sometimes they get double bubble, don't they? They charge some kind of capital gains and then the death tax on top of that, and cream as much off of a person's estate as possible. So it's very important that people, if they are of that mind and have assets, plan and make sure that the powers that be don't get a hold of everything. Now, when I go, I like to think that perhaps I can sort out whatever I have for my kids when I'm no longer here, and I'm sure many of you are the same. But every now and again, circumstances denote that our potential demise isn't in as much of our control as maybe we thought it was. And one of those is military personnel, military soldiers, airmen, sailors, whatever you want to call it, who are called upon to go to areas, places which no one else would go to, and do the most extraordinary and heroic things in the name of this country. And that many of them paid a price with their life, and they're left grieving families behind who don't know what to do next. And the shock, the sheer shock, where do I go? Where am I going to live? What's going to happen? Those families should be looked after as much as the soldiers who paid the price. Now, one of the changes that the government has come out with to do with inheritance tax affects soldiers' families directly. Have a look at this. Labour votes to hit grieving military families with inheritance tax. Children and partners of unmarried servicemen will have to pay death duties from April 2027. So you can see there a typical family with a soldier going off, and inheritance tax comes into it. If you ask me, that's definitely one sector that should be completely exempt. I think the thing should be scrapped in its entirety, personally, but that is one that should be exempt. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching as always. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.